Jabil had great earnings. What were your thoughts on the quarter?
Well, one of the things that I marvel in is the evolution of Jabil under Tim Main, who's the CEO, so on Mad Money. This was a company that used to be involved with high velocity turns of building personal computers, and that's what you looked at them for. It would be like, wow, they assemble PC boards, keyboards. Now what they did was decide to go into multiple businesses, into healthcare, doing some great healthcare devices. The implantable devices is one of their strengths. They've also moved very aggressively into energy and energy management. And they are, I think, much more deeply integrated into the supply chain of companies, including Apple, by the way. It's interesting, Research and Motion is a big client, that's dropped off, but Apple, which they can't really, you're not allowed to really talk about your Apple business. They have a lot of tablet business. I mean, you consider them the good Foxconn. They have a lot of engineering skills. They are more integral. It used to be that you would switch among, there were several of these assembly companies. And they were almost interchangeable. We used to talk about Flextronics and Celestica, and they would be all at war with each other. And Jabil plays at a different level now. They don't lose these customers anymore.
You mentioned Tim Main. He says that the company is going to be able to outperform global economic growth in the second half of the year.
Yeah.
Is it? What's
that's not a problem for him. Many of his businesses have been in a lull, and yet he's still been able to deliver. He was mentioning he mentioned government business down. That's still the case. What I think he's saying is you've got 30 to 40% growth in these other areas, including the energy efficiency and in the healthcare sector, and tremendous growth in this just everyday business that they have, which is a manufacturing business, and that's going to continue to help, and that's going to offset high velocity. And the other thing is that telco's in a real funk because the AT&T, T-Mobile really stopped spending in that whole industry. Now that spending is going to come back, and he's going to get a very big share of it.
And this used to be a stock you'd buy on Oracle and RIM's earnings.
On RIM's more than Oracle, frankly, because Oracle's more software. But yeah, but it's not anymore. It's a company that you have to. It's a souped-up GDP company. In other words, if this is how well they did when the GDP is soft around the world, you can only imagine how well they're doing. Tim's getting some recognition. It's one of the greatest performing stocks of our era. It's the greatest. I like to think of it as one of the greatest performing stocks that no one's ever heard of. But they are a fabulous assembler, and then they've moved on to be integral to the not to the design, but everything else. You do the design, you give it to them. They make it cheaper, they make it better, and brilliant company. I really like it.
So the stock's been down the last couple days. Do you buy it?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
That's just one you buy and you put away. This market is
stock pickers market.
Stocks have rallied this year.
We're coming into a Monday where we're going